There's something happening in the marketplace right now, and I'm calling this the big divide. And it's all based on 5 key components. And if you ignore these, well, you're in trouble. But the good news is I'm going to tell you what they are in this episode. Well, hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Amazing Seller Podcast. This is episode number 741. My name is Scott Volker, here to help you build a future-proof business and create your ultimate freedom. But it's up to you to take this information from this show and take action and become the amazing seller of your life. So if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's do this. All right, guys. So that intro, the reason why I jumped in there and just said exactly what we're going to cover here today, because this is really, really big in my eyes. And I've seen this happen and I've seen this coming for a very long time, and it's only going to get worse. So, we're at a time right now that it's kind of scary out there in the e-commerce world. If you are out there building just an Amazon business, and I'm using the air quotes, it's a scary time if that's what you're focusing on. All right. Now, you guys who have been listeners for a very long time, you know that when I launched this show, we were talking primarily about how to launch on Amazon. Well, you've probably also noticed that things have changed and this show has changed, and we're talking all about how to build a brand and really how to go out there and dominate our market, our niche, not by just launching a product on Amazon. So you got to understand that things change, but the one thing that never really changes is the way that you go out there and you get attention in a market, you get traffic in a market, you can then diversify. You can do all of those things when you understand the principles and you build the skill set. But what I want to share with you here today is this big divide that I'm calling it, because there's going to be some people that they go down that road, right? The Amazon only road. And it still kind of blows my mind that there is people still out there selling training on just how to launch products on Amazon. Like, to me, it just seems very, very risky. And I mean, if you don't believe me, go to any Facebook group right now, okay, that talks about selling on Amazon. You can go to mine because a lot of people in there are still, figuring out the Amazon side of things. And let me call a timeout here. I'm not saying that we don't want to sell on Amazon. We absolutely do. We want to use that channel. We want to leverage that channel, but there's other things that we need to do. But I just want to clear that up. I'm not saying that we're not going to launch on Amazon. We are. Right? We are, but there's a whole bunch of other things that we want to do. But I want you to just search a group, and it doesn't even have to be mine. It'd be anyone, okay? And just search, because they have a little search feature in the Facebook group, and just search in there, liquidating products, right? Or liquidating product, or product dud, D-U-D. Like, there's all of these posts in there where people are like, how do I liquidate my inventory? I bought $2,000 worth of inventory, $1,000, $10,000. Like, you just go through there and start seeing there's a trend happening here. It's not really a good trend. It's a bad trend where people are only still thinking that they're gonna find a product, they're gonna launch a product, and then that's going to be their business. Like, oh my gosh, like, it is so risky and so scary. So I do not want anyone that listens to this show think that that's what I think you should do, because it's not. Okay. But that's still happening. I still see courses out there upon courses out there teaching, find the product, find the numbers, source it, launch it. Life is good, right? I don't want to go down that side of the track. Okay. The track that I want to go down, and this is where the divide is really where people are understanding that, yes, we can use that platform, but we have to create other things in our business, other components. And that's the 5 components that I'm going to be talking about here on this episode. The other thing I want you to do is I want you to stick around, because I've got some exciting news. I've got some exciting news that I'm going to be announcing that is happening right here on this show first. And I'll let you know how you can become a part of it if you choose to, because that's where we're going. Okay. We're going down this other road. And it's really about building a brand and then how to leverage that brand and all the other things that we're able to build by doing this. All right. So I just want to be very, very clear here. There's two different sides, and this is where that divide is, okay? And again, it's up to you. I'm just here telling you, like, as a friend, right? If I'm sitting down with a friend, and I've done this, and they're like, Scott, I want to launch a product on Amazon. I'm like, wait a minute, time out. No, if you do, you got to tell me the rest of the business plan. What's the rest of the business plan? What's the market that you're going into? What is the products you're going to sell to them? How are you going to diversify traffic? How are you going to diversify, products? How are you going to bring in more revenue without you having to shell out another $20,000 on 2 more products that you want to launch, right? Those are the questions that I'm having, okay? So let's just kind of go down this road here of these 2 different paths, all right? So again, like I said, the big problem right now, and I mean, if you've been in this game for even 6 months, you probably already learned a ton about some of these problems that I'm going to, again, shine some light on, okay? So number 1, I think we would all agree that selling on Amazon has changed. All right, back, 3 years ago, 2 years ago even, it was easier. We would all agree there. Yes, it was, okay? The problem is that, well, there's a whole bunch of new people still coming in, right? There's more coming in every single day. And here's the really, really bad thing, okay, is that there is a lot of Chinese sellers coming in. And if you've ever been selling for a period of time, you probably know there's been hijackers, and not saying that they're all Chinese sellers, but I've heard from a lot of my friends and colleagues and people that are over there, it's becoming even more and more popular for Chinese sellers to come in, okay, to come into the marketplace. And for them, it's going to be easier because they're closer to the source. They don't have to pay all of the other stuff that we're paying, right? And so they have more resources for that. So just keep that in mind. I think I heard a stat once, like it was like 250,000 Chinese sellers last year alone, and that's increasing every single day. All right. The other thing is Amazon is getting more strict on terms of service. So they always have these rules come up. Now, here's the thing. What's happening also is you might think to yourself, I'm doing everything above board. I'm doing everything right. And then you can have someone that does a negative attack on your account. They send, a whole bunch of negative reviews or feedback on your account, right? Like that's happening. Okay. So you're going to have that. You can't fight that really. I mean, you can try, but when you get someone with deep pockets that wants to really, try to drive your listing down, they can do it. Okay. So I'm not saying that you can't make the Amazon channel work. But again, if you're going in this thing with the thoughts of you're just going to build an Amazon business alone, it's risky. And if you don't have deep pockets, you probably will be liquidating your products. It's just a matter of time. Okay. So I'm just, again, as a friend and, as someone here that's trying to help the community, I'm trying to expose this, but then also give you, this divide where, if you go this way, this is what you have to deal with. This is what you're up against. And then over here, here's what we can work towards. And I believe is a longer term vision. Okay. So Amazon's getting more strict. We all know that. Okay. There's more hijackers coming in every single day. And depending on how well your product sells, well, that's going to attract more hijackers. Okay. There's more black hat tactics. I've even heard that there's people on the inside of Amazon that are actually taking reviews and either taking them off of our competitors because they have a relationship, or they're in there and not allowing our accounts to be maybe unsuppressed. So there's all of this stuff happening behind the scenes. It's really a corrupt, like inside of the Amazon, ecosystem. And, Amazon is trying probably to do the best they can. I can't say they're not, but all it takes is one or two, people on the inside that is paid off or whatever. And that's what I've heard has happened. I can't say that's happened to me, but this is what I've heard. Again, can't prove it. But there's some people that I trust, a lot that they have told me that this is happening. Okay. So again, just something to think about. Okay. Again, because you don't own that platform. All right. So you just have to understand all of these things are the reasons why we don't want to put all our eggs in one basket. And if you're just starting, like if you're starting and you're listening to this episode right now, I am so glad that you're listening to this, because at least I'm able to give you the real like overview of like what you're up against. Like not just all of the shiny stuff like, oh, look at this. If you do sell, 20 a day, you could be making X, and then you can grow that into another product and then another product. And if you do all that stuff, you're going to have a nice little successful business. And you know what? You could, but the odds are stacking up against you pretty much every day because number one, we're getting more sellers coming in, lots, right? We're getting the sellers that are coming in too that are doing black hat stuff, right? Terms of service are getting harder and stricter. There's more hijackers every day. And like I said, there's this talk of, having these insiders working in Amazon that we can't even control. Like we can't even control that. If you've ever reached out to Amazon and you've ever tried to get something resolved, it's not easy. Sometimes it's not even easy to get someone on the phone. Okay. Now, yes, get your trademark, get brand registered, like do all that stuff. But I know personally, and I know people, that I know that have done this and that have businesses. Sometimes it doesn't even matter on that. You're still going to get kind of sent through, and kind of put on the hamster wheel of Amazon seller support. It's just there. It's just going to happen. So again, I just want you to realize, like, if that is still your vision, I want you to rethink that. Now, it doesn't mean you can't take your current business, your current products that you've launched and now start to build the brand out around them. But I really hope that when you were thinking about the product that you were ready to launch or that you launched, that you thought about the brand element to it. And what do I mean by a brand? Well, we're going to get into that because there's 5 components that I think is really important to understand. And there's actually something that I'm going to talk about that here in a minute. There's something I've been working on a little bit behind the scenes, and that I'll share with you kind of like my thought process here, and why I did this and why I continue to do this and why I believe in this. Okay. So what is the solution, right? Isn't that what we want to know? Well, yes, that is what we want to know. And this is what I believe. This is the divide here, right? We have those people that are still thinking they can just launch a product or two on Amazon and then just, make their money there and then life is going to be great, right? So you have those people, okay? And people that are still teaching that, okay? So you have that. The solution is to build a real brand. And you guys have heard me talk about this so much, and people that were at Brand Accelerator Live, you guys all get it. Everyone is going to go out there and at least have the right actions to put pieces in place, build assets that can really round out the brand. All right. So I'm going to walk through these 5 components, and I want you to understand these, and I want you to think about your own business right now. If you're doing this, if you're starting from scratch, well, this is what you would follow. You would follow this system. Okay. And the cool thing is if you follow this system, and I actually wrote a book, The Take Action Effect, which talks all about like, you can use this to apply to your existing physical product business, or you can take this and start it from scratch, build it up so you're making $1,000 or $3,000 per month and then add physical products to it. So I talk all about that in my book, The Take Action Effect. So if you want to check that out, takeactioneffect.com, and you can read that. So let me just kind of dive in here and then we'll kind of talk about these. All right. So number 1 in building a brand is you need to understand and identify your market, your niche market. Okay. And I say that because so many people go wide and broad, or some people don't even know what their market is. So if you are selling a product right now, I want you to think to yourself, do you know who that market is? Do you know exactly who that market is and who is buying your products? Right? Because that's important. In order to do all of this other stuff that I'm about to share with you, you have to understand and identify what your niche market is. Okay. And sometimes you need to niche down and then you can kind of come out of the niche a little bit and go wider. Again, we're not going to dig into that right now, but that's component number 1 is you need to understand and identify your niche market. So if you're not doing that, or if you don't know that, you need to do that. All right. Number 2 is external traffic. All right. Why is external traffic so darn important? Because if all you're doing is launching a product on Amazon and you're going to use pay-per-click and maybe a giveaway group or whatever, which I do not recommend anymore, guys. Don't do that. All right. And I never really did recommend that. I recommended finding people that are interested in your market and giving a discount. Yes, but not giving away your product for free. Okay. So if that's what you're doing, you're going to do the same thing that everyone else is doing. Right. And it limits what you can do. But if you build external traffic, and if you guys have been listening for at least the past 6 to 8 months, you guys have been hearing me talk a lot about content creation and becoming like the best resource in your market, in your niche. If you do that over time, you're going to start to get external traffic. And when you get that external traffic, there's so much that we can do with that external traffic. I mean, you can probably hear how excited I get when I hear external traffic, because immediately we can start to do some really cool things that can, number one, drive sales. Okay. We can drive those sales directly through our Amazon channel if we want to. Okay. And I had someone actually at Brand Accelerator Live, Todd Welch, actually asked this question. When should I start, taking that traffic and selling it on my own Shopify store? That's up to you. But to me, as long as my product is there, I don't have hijackers and all that stuff, why not drive traffic through Amazon to help me rank organically and then take advantage of that platform? But I can't do it if I don't have external traffic. So one way of doing that is to get some content created for your website, your home base, we call it. And then from there, we take that and then we direct that over to our Amazon store. Now, one thing that I'm giving I do this a lot. I'll go ahead and I'll talk about something here like high level, and then I want to get into tactic. One tactic here is, and this is what we do, is anytime that I'm directing traffic over to an Amazon page or a listing, I always want to use what we call a pretty link. All right. And a pretty link is like theamazingseller.com/ask. So if you want to ask a question, that's where you would go. I created that, but I can always change where that link is being pointed. So the same thing here is if I was selling my garlic press, it would be theamazingseller.com/garlic press. Right. And then you could click on that and it would take you to my Amazon listing, or it would take you to my Shopify store, wherever I want to tell it to, but I can change it instantly. If I used the link from Amazon, well, then I'm always going to have that link where it's active there. But if I wanted to take that traffic on my website, I have to go back and change all those links out. I don't want to do that. So just a little bit of a tactic there. So anyway, let's get back to it. So when you have that external traffic, it gives you the option to direct it wherever you want. Plus, you can do some other cool things and you can start to sell affiliate products, which, by the way, will allow us to be able to diversify our revenue streams without having to add more products. More on that in a little bit. But that's number 2, your external traffic. What is your plan to get external traffic? Do you have one? Well, first, you have to know the market and where they are and all of that stuff, right? So if you don't know that, got to figure that out first. Number 2 is external traffic, and that's creating content. I think content creation is something that's not utilized enough right now because, well, people don't want to put in the time and the effort. And I'm telling you right now, I'm going to share with you here in a second, I've got some early results on a project that I've been working on and I'm super fired up about. But it's using content to basically build up traffic. So again, more on that here in a minute, but you want to become a resource in your niche, in your market. Okay. So number 3 is building that email list. You guys have heard me say this time and time again. I was literally just working on our autoresponder email sequence from a list that we're building inside of the brand that I talk a lot about, behind the scenes. So that one there, we have over 34,000 people on that list, and we're constantly refining it. We're constantly engaging with people, and we're constantly building that email list. But that there is driving traffic, it's driving sales, and it's also creating customer loyalty. And, people are being engaged. We're front of mind, all of that stuff. We're making that connection, and we're staying front of mind. That's what an email list will do for you. And it doesn't have to be hard. All of this stuff does not have to be hard. All right. So again, building that email list is huge. All right. Number 4 is additional revenue streams. And so many people think, well, Scott, the only way I can make more money is if I add more products. Yes, but do you know you can add more products by you just basically having a review on a product that you aren't selling right now. Or maybe you do like 5 comparisons on 5 similar products. You're not going to sell them. Like I always use the example bass fishing. It could be the top 5 kayak bass fishing kayaks or whatever, right? That you could use that, right? That could be it. And then you would list all 5. You're not selling kayaks right now. You might not ever want to sell a kayak, but you could link over to that kayak on Amazon. And then you could get paid 4%, 6%, 8%, whatever that category is and how much volume you're doing. That will determine that. But why not add that into, your revenue streams, right? You could do that. You could have like, maybe you do 2 or 3 different posts that are just product reviews or product recommendations or anything like that on your blog every single month. Every time you do that, you're creating another asset that can then lead people over to buy stuff. But then also you can sprinkle in your products in those posts and in that content. All right. So there's so much that you can do when you have that traffic. So yes, you can increase the revenue by adding more physical products, but that also takes more capital, right? And it's a little bit riskier. Not saying you shouldn't do it. I do think you should have 3 to 5 of your own products, whenever you can, because that way there you can kind of cross promote each of them or each of the products. So all that stuff. But then if you're thinking to yourself, well, I got to wait till I can raise enough money to get my next product launched. In the meantime, go ahead and test different ones that are related to your market that your market needs to know about. And just write stuff about those or a video about it or whatever. The other cool thing is when you start to get that traffic, you can start to run ad networks if you think that those ad networks are related to your market. Because right there, that's the simplest way to add recurring revenue to your business without you doing a thing. All right. Right now, as I record this, we are averaging between $2,800 and $3,200 a month in recurring revenue from traffic on our website, on our blog. Like literally, call it $3,000, right? $3,000 just because we have visitors coming to our site and they don't even have to click anything. It's by impressions. All right. So think about that. What if you could add another $1,000 or $2,000 or $3,000 per month to your business or to your brand? What would that do? Right? Some people might just want to go down that route. And I've talked about that before, right? You might just want to say, you know what? I think I just want to do this. I'm going to build a website in a market, in a niche, and I'm going to give content. I'm going to give product reviews. I'm going to do all that stuff just to build up traffic so I can then turn on ad networks and I can maybe make $1,000 a month, right? Like, I think that's like a huge opportunity for someone that's stuck right now. If you're stuck right now because you're like, oh, I got to wait till I launch my physical product, don't wait. Just find the market, validate the market, and then from there, start to build out that content over and over and over again. And you're going to see results with that. You will. So again, additional revenue streams does not just mean another physical product. Could be a digital product. There's so much that we can do there. All right. And the 5th component here is customer engagement and customer service. So what I mean by that is, yes, you have the email list, but you might have a social channel, or you might just have someone reaching out to you. Engage with them one-on-one, like literally engage with those people. If they're reaching out to you, you need to be there instantly. Okay. And if you can't do it, you need to find someone that can. Or if you have a blog and someone leaves a comment back, right? If someone leaves something on a Facebook post, comment back. Right? Like our industry, our market wants to be so far behind the computer. They don't want to be out there, but the companies that are out there, they're the ones that are going to thrive. All right? Building those relationships, creating that customer experience. There's something that I've been playing around with here with The Amazing Seller, and that is I'm using an app. It's actually built in. It'll go right into my emails, and it's called BombBomb. And there's another one called Bonjoro, I think it is. And all it is it's a video app that's embedded into your Gmail account. And I can fire up my video camera inside of my email app, record a little video, maybe saying thank you, or like someone had just bought the book the other day, the Take Action Effect. And so what I did is I seen that order come through and I go, you know what? I'm going to send them a personal message. And I was like, hey, Julie, this is Scott. Thank you so much for grabbing the Take Action Effect book. I really appreciate it. I'd really love to know what you think about it. And if you have any questions or anything, let me know. I'm more than happy to answer any of them for you. But once again, just want to say thank you so much. And again, after you get done reading, if you could do me a quick favor and if you could leave me an honest review on Amazon, that'd be amazing. Thank you so much, Julie. And that was it. That was it. Well, she replied back, wow, I can't believe that you actually video recorded something for me. That's awesome. And I will definitely leave you a review. So I deepened that relationship. I can't do that for everyone, but when I can, maybe I dedicate an hour a day and I do that. Do you think that's going to benefit the brand? Of course it is. This can be used in a physical product business, a digital product business, doesn't matter. It's getting out there more. Customer service, I'm telling you right now, it's the biggest thing that's being dropped because it takes a little bit of time, okay? So that's a big one. So again, just to recap here on these 5, we got understand and identify your niche market. Get clear on that. Number 2, build external traffic. And I would start by creating content that lives longer than just a Instagram post. That's feed material. I want evergreen content. I want blog written content, or I want video content, or both, right? I want something that can be out there and that can drive people back to me as a resource, or from a resource that I create. Okay. So that's that. Number 3 is building that email list, creating that connection, the bond, the know, like, and trust, be front of mind. Number 4, additional revenue streams. This could be physical products, it could be digital products, affiliate products, ad revenue, sponsorships, you name it. Okay. And then 5 is customer engagement and service and relationships that you're building. I'm telling you, that is a huge one. All right. So that's it, right? That's the divide, guys. One way, I'm going to launch products on Amazon. I'm going to be a millionaire. Or I'm going to launch products on Amazon, but I'm also going to build a brand. I'm going to build these different components that round out the brand, that create multiple traffic sources, multiple revenue streams. Who doesn't want that? But here's the other thing. As you're doing that, as you're learning that, as you're building that, you're learning a skill set. And now you can take that and you can replicate that. You can start another niche site in a different market if you want to, a year from now or 2 years from now. But you have the option to do that because you've built the skill set. You're not just one dimensional. I know how to find a product. I know how to source a product and launch a product on Amazon. That's it. That's your skill set. It's good, but why not have the full arsenal of what you can do? Okay. So again, guys, like I said, this is what I'm calling the big divide. This is massive. And I'm telling you right now, our market, our community is going through this right now. And some people are still hoping and dreaming that they can find that 1 or 2 products that, make them a millionaire. And the truth is that's probably not going to happen. And I would really rather you focus on, building something that to me is real. It's a real brand that will have real traffic, that will have, diversified revenue streams and diversified traffic and all of that stuff. All right. But if you stay focused on just selling those physical products on Amazon, I'm telling you, you're in trouble and you're going to struggle. I'm going to say it right here. You are going to struggle if that's all that you do. But if you build a brand and you learn the process and the skill, you're going to be able to diversify your business and your brand. And really, ultimately, you're future-proofing your business, but you're future-proofing you because you are the one that's going to learn this skill set. You're the one that's going to learn through this process. All right? So you have to do what others are not willing to do. Now, my solution, okay? And I said I had a little bit of an announcement here and something that I'm excited about doing. And this is the first time that I'm actually announcing this. And the time that you listen to this, which will be on a Wednesday, which should be on the 23rd of October, 2019, I've decided to create a private area where we come together, a small group of people, and we focus on building our brands. And what I'm calling this is Brand Creators Academy. Now, the enrollment to this is going to be for only 100 founding members, and we're going to keep the doors open until we hit that number or until November 7th, 2019. And the whole idea here is, so this way here you understand what we're going to be doing, is this is a way for me to show you the exact process for building a brand from scratch or taking your existing brand and taking it to the next level and doing all of those things that we just talked about. Now, let me give you a little bit of like who this is for. If you are thinking to yourself, Scott, I already have a 7-figure brand. I'm selling on Amazon only. Is this for me? The answer is yes, absolutely, because you need these other components in order to future-proof your business and also probably add more revenue streams to your business without you having to continually add more physical products. So the answer would be yes. The other person would be, well, is this for me if I haven't even picked a product yet or if I haven't started yet? And the answer would be yes, absolutely, because now we can start from scratch together and we can build this together over, the course of time, right? So what I'm going to be doing inside of here, let me just kind of tell you exactly what I'm going to be doing and what I'm going to be offering. And again, this is every single month we're going to be doing this, is I'm going to reveal a market, a niche that I am actually building out a brand around. Now, let me just be 100% upfront with you. I've already started building this 2 months ago. And the reason why is because I wanted a little bit of a head start and I wanted to be able to show you all of the inner workings and also how I even arrived at this market and, inside of this niche and really where I see the vision. I wanted to also show you the path. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be meeting inside of the academy. We're calling this Brand Creators Academy. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be showing you exactly what we're doing month to month. Okay. Then we're also going to have 2 weeks worth of office hours. All right. Every other week, we're going to do office hours. So this way here, you can come in, ask all of your questions. But the other thing that we want to do is we want to be able to really look under the hood of your business or where you're starting from and help you every step of the way. And the other thing that I want from this, and this is why I'm doing a founders member only release, is because I want to work closely with everyone inside here and I want to get results. If I get results, if we can help you get results, guess what that does? It shows everyone else that this works, right? So my idea is to really pour as much energy as I can into Brand Creators Academy, into our founding members, and really allow them to grow and also have that accountability piece. So many people don't have the accountability piece. They don't show up on a regular basis. I want to be there to be able to do that. I want the community to also be there. All right. So that's what it looks like right now. Now, I'll probably be inviting in other experts, SEO experts, YouTube experts, maybe even product creation experts, affiliate marketing experts. I'm going to bring in people that are going to help me, but also help you. So this way here, we can build out this brand over time. Now, I will say this is not a get rich quick. This is not, you're going to go ahead and start this 1 month and the next month, you're going to have floods of traffic and floods of money coming in. I'm not saying that at all. But what this will do and what I'm going after, to be quite honest with you, is I want to build this out to show you how we can replicate this process. And I want to get this thing like I would a piece of real estate. And I want to get this thing to generate $1,000 per month passively, not even with a physical product. Okay, that's my goal. And I'm going to document this process over the course of the next 12 to 18 months. Then from there, I'm probably going to do another one in there. So I'm always going to be adding these in, because the other thing we're going to do is we're going to show you how to outsource this, how to build a team that can help you, really your construction team, your construction crews. I'm from the construction world, so you guys know that, right? And I want to be able to replicate this process. And I actually have someone right now that I'm working with that I know will be able to add value. And I just can't even give it all away right now, but it's going to be amazing inside of there. So if you're at all interested in being one of the founding members, then what I would like you to do is go to theamazingseller.com/brand creators. Again, that's theamazingseller.com/brand creators. Okay. And then that will take you to a page. And on that page, it'll either be open or it'll be closed, or you can get on a wait list. All right. But my goal moving forward, again, to be completely upfront with you guys and transparent, I am going to be doubling down on content creation, email list building, diversifying revenue streams. All of that is what I am going to be focusing on. And I'm also going to be focusing on everyone that is inside of our Brand Creators Academy, because we just wrapped up Brand Accelerator Live. And inside of that event, so many people were fired up, but so many people needed help with content creation and handholding and accountability and list building, like all of that stuff. So this really was the answer to that. So again, we're going to limit it to 100, but if you don't get in this round, get on the wait list. It'll probably be a few months before we reopen. This is not something that's going to be open all the time, because when we open, we want to have new people come in. And then from there, we want to work with those new people, but also continually build that community. All right. So really, really streamlining this, but it's going to be hyper focused on building brands. That's why we're calling it Brand Creators Academy. And then once you get in there and you start to build out that brand, you're going to see and learn the process, and you're going to build that skill set. So again, this is going to open. I should have probably already said that. This is going to open for enrollment. And again, mark your calendar if you're listening to this when this airs, but it's going to be October 29th at 9 a.m. Eastern time. Now, we've done these smaller group releases on some of our other programs, and whenever we announce these, we generally will fill all the spots within minutes. So again, if you're interested in being part of this founding members enrollment to Brand Creators Academy, then I would mark your calendar and be there. It's going to be awesome. We are going to be then, once we close, whether we hit the 100 members or November 7th, we are going to close enrollment, so that way there we can start to roll up our sleeves and get to work. And then I'm going to be revealing that niche that I'm in, that I'm actually building the brand around, and I'm going to be showing you exactly how we got to where we are, but then also what we're doing moving forward, what the systems look like, what the process looks like, and everything in between. So again, I would love for you to be a part of this. Again, Brand Creators Academy. I'm just super excited about it. And you can just go to brandcreatorsacademy.com too. It will probably redirect you over to the page where it'll give you the information on this. So again, that's who it's for, what's included, and what you need to do if you want to be a part of it. So right there, super excited about it. And I can't wait to really roll up my sleeves and get to work with a lot of you brand creators out there. So like I said, guys, there is a big divide. It's happening right now, and it's going to happen even more as we approach 2020 and 2021. So it's up to you what side you want to be on. I'm going to go over here in the brand creators route, because I do believe that is the future, and I don't believe that's going to go anywhere anytime soon, and also builds out that skill set that you can use in any business venture you choose in the future. All right, guys, so that's it. That's going to wrap it up. As always, remember, I'm here for you. I believe in you, and I am rooting for you. But you have to, come on, say it with me, say it loud, say it proud, take action. Have an awesome, amazing day, and I'll see you right back here on the next